really a gift. As you say, it's not something taught. It's something you come into this incarnation with.
Well, I like to think of myself, I want to be normal, if you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well,
from,
I know what you're saying.
Externally you appear like a normal person, and you've certainly held some very normal types of jobs, in addition to what you did, right? But you're also ultra normal, or you actually have used some of the parts of humanity that are good parts that are not used by the average man. Is that right?
Well, I hope so.
Okay, so that's a beautiful thing, and we're really happy to meet someone in person who's been doing this.
Well, with me, I think the one thing. Let me see if I can say this and get it through real quick. When I was young, I played with children that other people couldn't see. To me, this was perfectly normal. And I knew about the imaginary friends and things of this sort, but this was different. And it was perfectly normal. They had even helped me with my homework. And this was perfectly normal. Now, no one else could see these people. And, of course, I couldn't understand that. But, of course, they would tell me, they haven't been selected. They can't see us.
Sure.
Because I was trying to tell other people that were there. The one thing I could not do is that in being normal, I thought other people had these same experiences. As a child, not realizing that that wasn't the case. That was part of my environment. That was part of my reality. These were things that was happening to me. But I felt everyone had these experiences. But when I found out, and it came to me that, people were calling you crazy and you were different, it would have been real easy to be normal and say, ha-ha, the joke's on you, and deny what was happening.
Sure.
I cannot explain why I couldn't do that, but I could not do that.
Okay.
And everything was, going on. Nothing out of the real ordinary happened until I always cared about animals, and if I found one injured, I would always try to nurse it back to health. As a child, I did not understand that if you had a cut, my mom would always hold my hand under the water or something like that to wash it off. Well, I found this little bird. It fell out of the nest. And I went and got that little... I'm trying to tell this without... I went and got that little bird, and I held it under the faucet, not realizing that I was going to drown it doing that. The intent was to help it. I probably cried for over a week over killing that little bird. Mm-hmm. Immediately, for the first time ever, what I was calling children, I got to see how they really looked. And this one particular entity was, I always knew as Corona. I always told, I'm Corona, and that's with a K.
Okay.
Back at the time, I didn't even know how to spell Corona.
And what kind of race, what would you term him, what kind of being?
Well, people would love for me to say that he was gray, but he wasn't. He was green. And I mean, like a pastel green. But immediately he wanted to know, why did I feel what I was feeling?
Okay.
This was unusual.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately it was, why did I feel what I was feeling, but he could feel? Mm-hmm. Because he was more like a monitor with me.
And so he has a natural empathic quality and abilities, and it appears so did you. So it went both ways, as the telepathy goes both ways.
I'll carry it even a step further. We see our visitors as cartoon characters. They have cultures, they have societies, they have families, they have loves, they have dislikes, they have likes. Mm-hmm. They can feel pain, and they can feel fear.
Mm-hmm. So this was maybe your first introduction into that world. in a more personal way, right?
It was the first glimpse, a shock, that these things go on, but not everyone shares in them. And
so
you never felt so alone. I can remember breaking down and crying, begging my mom and dad to take me to see a doctor because I knew the doctor could make the monsters go away.
I'm wondering if someone like you, one of 7, who is able to communicate with aliens, wasn't taken to a base on the moon or a base on Mars. Now, whether or not you remember it, because I don't know if they use techniques to have you forget certain parts of your experience.
There are things that I have no idea of could have happened here on planet Earth that I have very vivid memories of, that I don't see. For example, have you ever heard of a coffee cup that's small, that you put coffee in it, and the coffee jar or whatever, it's not a percolator, golden color, cups were golden color, but you put the coffee in there and you can drink it, then it fills right back up. Now you see what I'm saying, and now you understand why I'm hesitant to talk too much about stuff like that.
Okay. So that's really amazing. You know, you have to admit, from the point of view of people that haven't gone to the moon and in a sense, or Mars. Here you are sitting talking to us, and yet you may have had experiences that are so far beyond our everyday experience on this planet. And you must be, there must be a level at which you would love to share those experiences.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes I make mistakes, and I've let people see some things that I shouldn't have let them see. Because this is a part of something that is in my life that is, I'm to do something with.
Sure.
And I don't understand that. I don't know what it is.
That's amazing, because you've worked with this world since the 60s, so you're talking about 40-odd years. And you're still wondering, what it is it's all about for you in terms of your destiny, in terms of what it is you're here to do in the future, I guess. Am I understanding you?
There's something that is going to happen, and there is something that we're to be a part of. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what that